Hello everyone and welcome back to Mad Platter. I'm not at the cabin today, but I'm going to give you a tour of my Scamp. Alright, so this is my 2020 13-foot Scamp. I actually bought it in 2020. I picked it up. I think I ordered it and waited for, I don't think it was a year, but it was close to a year I waited to pick it up. I actually drove out to Minnesota to the factory from Pennsylvania to pick it up. But yeah, so I guess just some background. I had an old, like a 1970s little camper. It was actually smaller than this. And it finally, when I was building the cabin, I had it parked up there, and that's what I was sleeping in as I was building the cabin over those couple summers. But then it started falling apart. I took it on a couple camping trips and it started coming apart, and I didn't feel like it was worth investing the money into it and trying to fix it. So I ordered a Scamp, and I haven't used it much actually over these past few years because I've been building the cabin. But now that we're done with the cabin, I've been out a few times in the Scamp, but hoping to get out some more. I'd like to do some winter camping this year. But yeah, this thing's pretty awesome. The tows, it's very light. I think it's, I don't know, 1,000 pounds or 1,200 pounds maybe. And I got a pretty simple one. I don't have a bathroom. I didn't get an awning. I don't have an air conditioner. So some of that stuff starts adding weight. And when I got this, I had a little SUV. So I kind of didn't want all the extra weight. But I really don't need a bathroom. Most of the time I'm camping, I'm at campgrounds, and so I have no problem running over to the bathroom. Air conditioner, that would have been nice, but I'm not a huge fan of camping in the summer when it's very hot anyways. But I do have, I think they call it a max air fan up at the top, which when you turn that on, it clears it out and cools it down pretty good, even in the middle of summer. So S'mores hates the fan though. Like, she's petrified. She won't even stay inside the Scamp when I have that fan running. So a lot of times we don't even camp in the heat of summer. But yeah, what else? I mean, they're super simple to set up. They have the two stabilizing jacks in the back. You can see this site that I'm on right now has a pretty good slope to it, so that's why the fronts dip down so much. But yeah, but real easy to hook up. Like I'm camping right now. This camping trip, I basically decided the day before I'm gonna go camping, so I called, got a site, got hooked up, got here last night, got unloaded, and it's real quick and easy to get set up. But yeah, you basically level it out, put the stabilizing jacks down. Yeah, I got plenty of windows. All these windows slide open on their screens. Yeah, you can see the stabilizing jacks there. And it's still like, it's not level, but when I cranked that one on the right up to make it level, the tire was off the ground, and I just didn't want to sleep with the tire off the ground. But anyways, yeah, the sun's out. It's real bright on this side, but yeah, just plug in, and even if you get a site that doesn't have electric, it has a battery, it has propane, so the refrigerator, I do have a furnace inside, all of that runs off the battery and propane, so I don't actually need electric to go camping. Oh, so there's one light there on the outside, and the switches are actually right in the door frame. There's a switch to turn that light on. Wow, the sun's really shining here, but let me see if I can. All right, there we go. So there's another light. Got the battery, propane tank. You can get double batteries, maybe even double propane tanks, but I just keep it simple. I'm typically not out camping for weeks at a time. It's usually over the weekend, maybe 2 or 3 nighters. But you know, you pop this vent or whatever off of there, and there's some switches in there if you want to turn on your refrigerator and that sort of thing. And those are just, I believe, vents for the stove inside. But yeah, pretty simple. Not much to this one. I think the year after I bought mine, they started getting a little bit fancier and offering, you know, a lot more modern types of amenities. But I think they have you can get an outdoor shower now. This is the last year of this curved door. I think in 2021 they started making a flat door. I kind of see why, because this door doesn't seal real great, especially on the bottom. I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's a 13-foot Scamp. Alright, so I have the bed set up inside, so I'll show you the interior with the bed set up, and then I'll pop up the kitchen table and I'll show you that as well. Alright, so I got the door latched open. Yeah, there's the switches I was telling you about there. That's for the side, and then the other one's for the front. It has a sliding, like an accordion style screen door here. I got the fireplace going. Keeps keeps camper warm. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of storage for just, you know, 1 or 2 night, 3 night. Sure, you could figure out better storage ways to store things, and I think some people actually live in these little 13-footers. But yeah, so that's a refrigerator. That's the furnace or heater, and that's, you know, powered by propane. Actually, the refrigerator works on propane as well, so you have a little bit of storage under the furnace. You have a little drawer that pulls out where I just keep towels and some utensils. I'll take that off when I set up the bed, but that little cover there is over the stove where I have the little TV and the fire going. But I'll show you that here in a bit. A couple storage cabinets up top. You know, put your food or whatever up in there, paper towels. So this here, let me go inside and see that. I can see that a little bit better. Not great, but yeah, this is pretty much like kind of a little couch. Or you can flip this up and make it into bunk beds. And this is, I would say, definitely probably for kids. I can fit on that bottom bunk, but there's no way I would lay on this top one. I don't know what it's rated up to, maybe 100 pounds or something. I don't even know, to be honest. But when I'm camping, I normally do put them up like this just for storage. Put my duffel bag and clothes or whatever, I just lay in there. But yeah, when I fold the table up to show you the kitchen table, I'll fold this down and show you the couch. But this is also the area where the bathroom would be, if you got the bathroom option. And it's pretty tight, I'm sure, but I didn't really have a need for a bathroom. What else? Let's see if we can see this side here. Yeah, so that's the bed, and I actually got the larger bed option, which then makes these storage cabinets were a little bit smaller. But I figured the bigger bed would be better. But I don't know, it's probably like a full-size bed. And the cushions from the kitchen table seats, they fold down and basically turn this into a bed. And I travel with the bed. You're supposed to travel with the bed set up, and I actually keep the bed set up most of the time. Sometimes I'll put the kitchen table up if I'm camping with someone or someone visits while I'm camping. But yeah, there's a sink. I don't use it. Plenty of lights. There's a light there. There's a light there. light there. And all these windows open and have sliding windows and sliding screens, so it keeps the air flowing through here pretty good. I don't have any open now, but it's pretty cold outside. There's a couple more storage cabinets up top. You want to slide some of your clothes in. Those two back lights there, those are nice at night. If you wake up in the middle of the night, you can just reach up and turn the light on. And these little cabinets, I just store like some tools in there. This one I think I have, I don't know, some games, Yahtzee, little mini Jenga, stuff like that. Yeah, these just probably good for clothes or towels. And there's the Max Air fan. Again, it cools the cabin down real fast, but it's, I don't know, it's pretty loud. And S'mores hates it. She'll just sit there and shake. I can tell she doesn't like it, so I'll either put her outside when I'm trying to cool the camper down, or I just leave it off and don't camp in the summer. Here's my awesome sleeping bag. Check that out. I don't know, a lot of old vintage style sleeping bags, or vintage sleeping bags, have these old patterns, but this is actually a newer new sleeping bag. I thought it was pretty cool. Definitely warm, hefty, not a hiking back, or definitely not a hiking sleeping bag, but for camping, it's perfect. Plus there's a good bit of storage, like when I have the bed set up, I can slide some other, storage. You can see I have a broom under there, dog toy. That there's just like the fuse box. Here, this is just a small storage, but dog snacks, garbage bags in there, TP. The refrigerator. This takes a while to cool down, but so if I'm doing a one-nighter, I don't even turn this on. But if I'm camping for a weekend, I'll turn it on and use it. It's pretty small, but it's nice to be able to keep stuff in there. And I mean, I always bring a cooler anyways, but refrigerator's nice. And sorry, I know my audio is probably not that great. I need to get a wireless mic. I actually have a pretty good mic, but I need to get a wireless one so y'all can hear me better talking. All right, I think that's gonna do it for the inside. I think all the scampers call this rat fur. Like the whole interior is kind of carpeted, and that's what it's known for, rat fur. Oh yeah, that's pretty cozy. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this kitchen table set up, and I'll take the bunk down and put the little couch set up, and then I'll show you that. So I got the bunk taken down and the couch set up, and I also got the kitchen table set up, so here we go. Alright, so there's the couch set up. Got the bunk taken down. You could probably sleep an adult fairly comfortably on here, even with the bunk up on the bottom bunk. Top bunk I would definitely say is for kids, just because of the weight. There's the stove, 2-burner stove, and it runs off of propane. And there's the kitchen table. So I think the bigger bed option actually has a smaller kitchen table. There's a second, like a separate section that you put like in the front of there when you set the bed up, but it's actually not part of the table. So the table itself is pretty short, but you just kind of have to sit here and reach over onto the table if you're trying to eat with 4 people. But I've never had 4 people in here and probably never will. But yeah, there you go. Kitchen table set up. There's actually more room to move around as well when the bed's taken down. I don't know. Could probably use some fancier curtains, do some decorating, but if anyone knows how to sew and make curtains, hit me up. Maybe get some Smokey the Bear material and make some curtains. And there's some storage underneath these cushions as well here in the kitchen storage. I've never actually used them, so I'm not sure how much room there is. I know the electrical or the cord, it kind of feeds into there and sits underneath this cushion. All right, I really don't know if there's much more to say other than that. There's a fire extinguisher. If anything, I would say they're kind of whimsical. If you've never been in one, they're definitely cool little campers. I'm glad I got it. I'm just hoping to use it some more. Maybe in a year or two, do a cross-country trip and hit some national parks, or at least that was what I'd hoped to do when I got the camper. I don't cook too often. If anything, I'll boil water for coffee, or heat up a bowl of soup, things like that. But I'm typically not cooking like burgers or big meals in here. A lot of the times I'm just, when I'm out and about, I get the crock pot going. Come home to a nice aroma in the camper. All right, I think that's going to do it. So thank you all for watching. And if you have any questions about the camper, hit me up. I'm in Southwest PA. If you ever want to take a look, I know there aren't any dealers for Scamps. You have to either have it shipped or drive to Minnesota like I did to pick it up. So if you ever want to take a look at a 13-foot camper, send me a message and you're welcome to take a look. There's a couple things I forgot to show you. This is the other section that you put down before you set the bed up. But like I said earlier, that's not actually part of the kitchen table. So when you put the kitchen table up, you have to stow that somewhere. But yeah, you have to set that up to put the bed when you set the bed up. Also, it has a charging station over here. It has like a cigarette plug and then USB ports, and also controls for the furnace right there. There's also some plugs there, which is good for crock potting and when I want the fireplace going. Or the heater, my little furnace, or my little plug-in electric heater. All right, that'll do it. All right, everyone, so that's a wrap on the Scamp tour. I know that was short but sweet, but there's not much to show with a 13-foot camper. But if you're interested in buying a Scamp, I would definitely recommend them. Very lightweight, easy to maneuver, easy to hook up and set up once you get to the campsite. Like I mentioned earlier, they kind of have like a whimsical feel. They have a cult following. I waited almost a year to get mine, and I think the waiting list is was pushing 2 years. It might be a little bit less at this point, but hoping to get out more now that the cabin's finished, and maybe do some winter camping here in another month or two. But anyways, hope you made it this far, and thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.